everyone, Damon here from Fender at Richtone Music in Sheffield. Here today doing a lot of stuff that you don't always see me doing. In fact, very rarely see me doing. What we're doing is we're going to look at a lot of the other stuff, a lot of the other brands that come under the big umbrella of the Fender Musical Instrument Corporation. So we're going to have some fun today, and we're going to look at some super cool rock and metal guitars, like this awesome limited edition Charvel here. We're going to look at the EVH 5153 amp. We're going to look at some Jacksons, we're going to look at some EVH guitars, we're going to look at some of my personal favourites, some Gretsch guitars as well. So we're going to do all the stuff that you can't see anywhere else. So, you know, if you want to see the reviews, online reviews and the playing demos of all these guitars, you're going to have to look on Richtone's website. If you've not been here before, fantastic new store, recently opened, just in the south of Sheffield. So I believe they've got over 3,000 guitars in stock here. So if you're looking for, I think probably it's the biggest selection of Jackson, Charvel and Gretsch, Guild and Takamine guitars that I've seen in the country. And I go around all the stores, as you know, all over Britain. So if you really want to see a lot of these guitars that you don't always see, come down here, see the guys at Richtone and come and try them out. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at some of the Charvel guitars. We've got some production guitars here, the SoCal guitars, some loaded with Duncans, some like here loaded with the Dimasios, and the guys here at Richtone have managed to secure some of the last production runs of American-made custom shop Charvel stuff. So we're going to start off with this beautiful yellow meanie of a guitar. Now, if you're of an age, as I am, I'm not going to say how old I am, older than I look, and you remember the glory days of the 80s, with all that fabulous metal, hair metal, which was unfairly killed by the grunge movement, we feel. You'll remember the likes of Rat and Winger and Warrant, and of course, the wondrous Mr. Van Halen. J.K. Lee, people like that, playing these great guitars that were built in California by Charvel, Wayne Charvel and Jackson, with some of the people who actually work for Fender now, like Todd Krause. He started off working at Jackson in the mid-70s, so when you saw all these guys with their super souped-up Strats, that's where they were coming from. There was a California guitar with a California sound. The idea was, we take this fairly obviously, looks like our illustrious friend behind us here, the Fender Stratocaster. But there was a few things that these real high kind of technical players, high levels of technique, were asking for that Fender weren't doing at the time. So we've got stuff like very flat fretboards, huge frets. If you look on this guitar, the frets here are enormous. Then, of course, probably the cleverest bit of all was the development of the Floyd Rose trem, which allowed you to do crazy screeches and dive bombing and stuff. And the guitar stays in tune. This is a JB trembucker we've got here, so one of the first Duncan pickups that was produced. Now everybody always thinks JB must stand for Jeff Beck. Actually, no. If you ask Seymour Duncan, he'll tell you it stands for Jazz Blues, which is strange, seeing as it's ended up on a guitar like this, which isn't ideal for jazz and blues, really. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the EVH 5150 3-channel amp, and I'm going to play a few examples on this guitar with kind of using the crunch channel and then the super high gain channel, and you can get an idea of how this guitar sounds. Now that's the guitar rolled off as well. Okay, we've got the gain is on about half. You can hear straight away, more compressed. You always have to do that at the end if you've got a Floyd Rose. It's illegal not to.